And so when evening was come, the Lord of the vineyard, the estate owner, said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. And I tell you what, the people that were hired at the last and just did the 1 hour's worth of work, they were happy. They were excited. Their joy was full. The 11th hour Christians are a picture of the Gentile church. You hear? They're the ones, you know, if you were Jewish, if you're Hebrew, and you said, God, we've been serving you all these years, man. We've been keeping the law. We've been doing everything. How can it be? Somebody say, how can it be? How can it be that everything that we've done for you, you know, it's the two sons Jesus talked about, you know. There were two sons. One said, I'll go out and do whatever you want, but he goes out and he doesn't do it. The other one says, I'm not doing it. I'm rebellious, you know. I got my own ways, but he goes out and his conscience against him, and he's like, oh, and he goes and does it anyway. And the Jewish nation is like that. You're like, how can it be that right at the last minute, you go into the vineyard, God, and you hire those and pay them the same as us? Look what they said. Verse 10, but when the first came, they supposed that they would have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. You could say every man just got the same penny. Worked all day, got the same wages as the people that worked 1 hour. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house. Unfortunate position that God gets himself in when it comes to people. The one who's good, right, gets complained against that he's not fair, that he's not right. We got to get over that in the church. A lot of people in the church are hurt and wounded. You know, we have books on offenses like David Husky and everything. But you know, then there's a lot of people in the church, though, that what's really crazy is they're hurt and offended by God. It's like God offended them. God wounded them. They don't have a first and last spiritual mentality about what is important to God. And so when something happens to them that doesn't seem fair or right, they get offended at Him. They don't understand that whatever might be happening to them is because of them, to help them. Right? Sometimes what we suffer from is to help someone else. We're a body. We're a collection of people called together. We are the new man. We are the temple of the Lord. We are what God is working in. But sometimes we get individually so caught up in ourselves, we can even get mad at God. And these people here, they were mad. They're like, this is not fair. They complained. They murmured. I can say, I don't want to see a show of hands or anything like that, but I just wonder how many people today, if you were in the same shoes, you found yourself in this exact position, how many people would jump right in with them? You'd be complaining. You'd be murmuring. God, you brought me all the way to 2012. I can't believe I'm this old. I've gotten to this point. God, some of the things that you said never came to pass. God, it's just not fair. So-and-so over here, he was saved much later than me. He started later than me. I discipled him, and he's so far ahead, or she went so far beyond. She seems so blessed, but I seem like I find trouble, God. This is not fair. I want to murmur. I want to complain. I want somebody to pet my feelings that are hurt.